However, this unexpected turn of events leaves her feeling confused afterwards the following day, and pleasantly suppresses Gustav with an expensive computer as a gift. When Peter learns about this, he initially feels upset and didn't discuss it with him beforehand. However, he eventually comes to agree that it was the right choice a few days later. Anne and Gustav find themselves in an intimate situation once again. Unfortunately, on this occasion, Peter returns home from work earlier than usual, but he remains preoccupied and fails to notice his wife's confusion at his unexpected arrival. Despite this, Anne and Gustav don't put an end to their affair. Instead, they continue their forbidden passion, fully conscious of the possible consequences it might bring to both of them. Moreover, the stepmom and the stepson develop a strong bond, frequently looking for opportunities to be alone, and share intimate moments together during Anne's twin daughter's birthday party. The house is filled with a large gathering of people celebrating the occasion. However, Gustav's jealousy intensifies as he sees Peter embracing Anne during the celebrations. Afterward, he follows Anne to the kitchen and finds her alone, unable to control his emotions. Gustav impulsively kisses her and, feeling apprehensive, tries to dissuade him, urging him that it's not the right place for such behavior. Unfortunately, and sister Lena inadvertently happens to catch sight of them and becomes deeply upset now, and becomes increasingly anxious that Lena might reveal what she witnessed. On the other hand, Lena openly expresses her disapproval before storming out of the party, clearly upset throughout the rest of the party, and feels tense and anxious, so she starts ignoring Gustav. However, he doesn't appreciate being ignored and remains displeased with her behavior, and then decides to end her relationship with Gustav and informs him of this decision. But in response, he becomes agitated and creates a scene by climbing up a big tree, causing chaos and concern among the guests. Suddenly, Gustav loses his balance and falls to the ground. Peter acts swiftly and calls for an ambulance before rushing to his side. Much to everyone's surprise, Gustav laughs it off, claiming it was all just a prank. However, this prank deeply upsets Peter, who harshly scolds his son before storming inside the house. Consequently, the once joyful celebration is completely ruined, leaving all the guests to leave the following day. Anne and Gustav decide to meet in the forest, just the two of them once together, and tries to admit that their relationship was a mistake and decides to end your affair with them out of fear. Moreover, she gets worried about the potential consequences if everyone were to find out about their relationship, and emphasizes that it must remain a secret known to no one later. When Anne returns home, she sees her husband and her stepson having a conversation. Peter proposes that he and Gustav take a break and retreat to their cabin in the woods in an attempt to amend their strained relationship. Gustav agrees, believing that the trip might be beneficial for both of them. While Gustav goes with Peter and discovers that Lena's called Peter, but he missed the call. This leads Anne to believe that Lena might have called to reveal the truth about her, and Gustav, anxious about the situation and taking advantage of her husband's absence, and goes to visit her sister Lena at her house there. She confesses that she's broken up with Gustav and pleased with her sister not to tell her husband about the affair. However, Lena, still angry with Anne, greets her with a distant attitude and refuses to have a conversation. Moreover, she doesn't allow Anne to enter her apartment at all and asks her to leave with the children sent off for practice, and finds herself anxious, and her restlessness intensifies. She then tries to call Peter, but his phone is turned off, adding to her overwhelming feelings in her distressed state, and loses control and ends up crashing her car regardless. Her fear doesn't subside. Upon returning home, she's taken aback to see Peter's car at home, as they weren't expected back for another 2 days as Peter returns from the camping trip. He requests to talk to Anne, eventually revealing that Gustav has confessed to their affair, and can hardly believe what she's hearing, as the hidden relationship they'd been maintaining is fully exposed after the conversation, and denies the accusation, stating that it's absurd to think she would have an affair with Gustav. Concealing her true emotions, she criticizes her husband for trusting a teenager who's capable of fabricating unbelievable stories. She even goes as far as to say that Gustav is seeking revenge on her, considering the history of Peter and Rebecca's marriage falling apart. Upon hearing this, Peter gets confused and unsure about whom to trust, which infuriates Anne. As a result, she gets upset and hurt by the accusations and starts packing her belongings. Do you want to see part 2 of this video? Subscribe to the channel and comment part 2. Thanks for watching. I would see you at part 2.